Advanced Hydrogen. This is Vanzilla. This is a 4x4 van with 36-inch tires on it. 1986 Ford Econoline 350 diesel. It's got the 6.9 International non-turbo diesel. With these tires, with the rolling resistance, it was getting between 12 and 14 depending on its mood. I built this dry cell right here, which is one of my earlier models. My newer ones are a little bit smaller. They're actually 6x6 and they have more plates. This one is, I can't even remember. It's huge. You can see from the size of my hand. The problem I'm having with this dry cell is it won't get hot. I can't get it up to 150 degrees is where I want it to run. It absolutely will not get hot. Matter of fact, even after running it hours and hours and hours, running it at 40 amps, between 40 and 45 amps, kind of jumps around there when it's at operating temperature. You can still touch it, put your hand on it. It'll only get about, the most I think I've gotten out of it is about 112 degrees. Mostly it's about 109 degrees. The reason I'm thinking that it won't heat up, obviously, is because it's mounted on the front of the vehicle and the wind is just blowing on it. It won't heat up. If it's sitting here idling, I can get it to go, using my memory here, which isn't very good, I'm thinking I got it as high as 139, if I'm not mistaken. Well, anyways, I'll give you a tour. It's mounted on a metal plate. It has a metal enclosure. I make all my dry cells with metal on the outside. Reason being is that I can mount it. I'm actually moving the van by shaking this, okay? Very solid mount. If I have to work on it, all I have to do is unscrew the bolts down here, take the cell off, do my maintenance on it, put it back on. Like I said, one of my earlier models, my electrical connections are on the outside on my earlier models. I have them here, and I have tabs coming up the side of the plates here. Here's the negative on this side, the positive being on the other side. I do have 2 outlet tubes, 2 inlet tubes, one there, one there. Let me pop the hood here. Sorry for the camera angle. Alrighty. Here is the reservoir, the little leaf on it. The reservoir's right here. I am running a bubbler on this. I'm trying to find out if there's an advantage to running the bubbler. Seems like, and this is just from observation, that when the vehicle, obviously diesel doesn't have much vacuum, but when a vehicle is pulling vacuum directly on these dry cells through the reservoir, which my outlets on my reservoirs are always above the water. See that? So literally the engine can pull a vacuum on the dry cell. It can pull a vacuum. The diesels obviously don't pull a vacuum. Even that Super Duty sitting over here idling, it has one of my 6x6 dry cells in it. Super Duty, there's like no vacuum being pulled even when I rev it with my finger over the hose. So diesels are a whole different animal. This, real simple, this hose right here comes out of the bubbler. This is the bubbler, hose right here. Goes in my intake. I drilled a hole in the intake tube and there it is. It sucks it right in. This diesel is now getting 25 miles per gallon. I have my new 6x6 4N, 4C cells that I want to put on this van, and I'll test that out and see if I get past 25. I'm hoping to get over 30 miles per gallon in this honking big giant 10,000 pound diesel monster right here. I'll let you know what happens, but like right now, like I said, I'm getting 25. Actually, between 23 and 25, it depends on the van's mood. It also depends on where I buy my diesel at. I'm still not sure why the mileage jumps around like that, but between 23 and 25, I actually have never gotten over 25.